All right, you wake up retired, your coffee's brewing, no alarm clock, feels good, right? But then it hits you. Your paycheck stopped, okay? That's when people realize, okay, it's not about how much they've saved, it's about how long is that money actually gonna last? So I'm Kim Saunders, I'm a financial advisor. I started doing this way back in the year 2000, okay? I was about 24, I had just taken the Series 7, I was working in a bank as a financial advisor, and right as soon as I started, the stock market literally crashed, okay? Not only did it crash, but it stayed down for 3 years, okay? So I'm not kidding or being dramatic when I tell you that, again, go back. Before that, in the 90s, money was growing, stock market was booming, everything was great. But then right in 2000, everything crashed. So literally what happened was I inherited a bunch of accounts from another advisor who had moved on, okay? These accounts, all of these bank customers that had invested their money in mutual funds, okay? And I cannot even tell you how upset they were just daily. The phone was literally ringing off the hook. They were coming in so upset. And honestly, for me, it was a lot to take, just starting. I just taken my Series 7. I was so new. Again, another thing is not only did the market crash, but it stayed down for 3 years, okay? So I have learned a lot since then. I've learned that keeping my clients' money safe is more important because, again, it's not all about money. It's about psychological benefits as well. So that was how I realized all of that. Now, back in, let me skip back to when you think of somebody that's retired, like right now, what segment, what career do you think of that those people are in a very good mood? If you think about it, retired military, retired teachers, retired government workers, right? When you think about those folks, most of those people are in a pretty good mood after they retired. Why is that? Honestly, I think it has to do with the fact that they get a paycheck every month after they retire. I think that having that money hit their checking account every single month and not having to worry really makes a big difference in their life. So I'm gonna tell you what happened with America. Back in the 80s, pensions were the thing. Granddaddy retired and he, had worked for a company for 50 years and he was able to get a pension. So he would just retire and then continue to get a paycheck every month, okay? Things have changed a lot since then. The employer has transferred the risk out of their hands and into your hands, right? So when people retire now, they get this gigantic 401k dumped in their lap. They've saved and saved and saved. And now they're like, okay, what in the heck do I do with this? Because the person who's getting all this money, they've been working in a plant their whole life, or they are, a doctor, whatever. They're not a financial advisor. And so what am I supposed to do with this money, right? And, I've seen a lot of different ways that people handle these situations over the years. And I just thought that if I could talk to you, I could give you some, value and maybe build your confidence, in case you're facing this, situation as well. So again, right now what we're seeing is when somebody retires, they're so nervous to retire, number one, because when they retire, they know that the only money they're going to have hitting their checking account every single month is going to be Social Security. That's it, right? And that scares them because Social Security, y'all, the average Social Security paycheck right now is $2,000 a month. Okay, and then guess what? If the average car payment is $750. So if you think about that, that's crazy. So $2,000 a month is not enough to live on, okay? So people are really nervous when they retire. They are really just nervous. And then another thing that I see is that, they'll have this money and they'll just be like a deer in headlights. They'll be scared to invest their money. They'll be scared to move it or to do anything. They just don't know what to do, okay? And they really do have a lot just put on their shoulders. It's okay, now here you go. Okay, wait, I don't know what to do, right? So that's why I'm here, is to try to help give you some tips, and maybe this will help you in your journey. So what we have found is that with that retirement paycheck, we have wanted to create something similar. because people want guarantees, and it's all about that. You think about somebody who's got all their money in the stock market, right? The people that are watching CNBC, all the time, bragging about their portfolio, those people aren't happy when the stock market crashes. I mean, they're happy when it's up. Yeah, they are. But like when it crashes, nobody's happy, right? And that is psychologically like a roller coaster for people. And that's just something that you need to watch out for, because there are a lot of advisors that will say, hey, let's put your money in the market. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep it growing. But what a lot of folks I have found really need is a way to take money out of their retirement instead of making it continue to grow, right? So there needs to be a plan to take money out, okay? Now, traditional advisors are, they're the type where you'll go and give them your money, and then they will invest it in the stock market. They'll charge you 1%, okay? And they are paid if you keep your money in the stock market and don't take it out, okay? They don't want you to take it out. Now, they're not gonna really talk to you about a withdrawal plan, but if they do talk to you about a withdrawal plan, they'll talk about the 4% rule, which is very outdated, and you're not guaranteed any sort of income, okay? So that is a big dilemma now. What we have found that helps a lot of people is take a portion of your 401k, put it into an annuity, okay? Your money is safe, you don't have risk, and then you get a paycheck every month, hit your checking account forever until you die. And again, that is just something that makes people so happy. I mean, they know that money's coming to their checking account, and they're just really more at peace, just like a teacher or retired military, or retired government worker that's having that money hit their checking account every single month. Because while life is not all about money, it's really not, y'all. It's not. But if your money is not in place, it can wreak havoc on you psychologically, right? It can just really, it can really wreak havoc. So we're trying to help people, with both aspects as well. So if they put their money into an annuity or a portion of it, they'll get that money coming back every single month. Because again, another thing is we're all living a lot longer. So I feel like this paycheck that they get every month until they die really does give people a lot of peace. So if you liked what we talked about today, please click subscribe, and just thank you. Thanks, y'all.